pets. Nearly 70% of all U.S. households have one. They provide us with comfort, joy, and entertainment. Wouldn't it be great to be able to tell them that? Too bad we can't have a conversation with our furry friends. Or can we? If you're on TikTok, chances are you've seen Bunny the dog, a sheepadoodle who can seemingly communicate with her owner. Through the use of a push-button soundboard, Bunny has supposedly learned over 92 words.
Mom, that's me.
Hi, Mom.
I'm Mom.
Friend. Hi.
Hi, friend. How are you? I love you.
Hi. Love you, Bunny. Hi. Yeah.
Is Bunny living proof that animals are capable of human language? Or is there something else going on here? While Bunny may be the first talking dog seen by most of Gen Z, she has a few predecessors that may teach us a bit about what's really going on here. Let us begin with Rico, a border collie born in 1994 who could identify over 200 distinctly labeled objects. Scientist Kaminsky Colin Fisher conducted a study on Rico in 2004 and came to the conclusion that Rico was able to learn new words via a process called fast mapping. Fast mapping refers to the ability to learn a new word after only a single exposure to it. To test Rico's ability to fast map, experimenters placed one new item along with 7 items that Rico knew the names of in a room together. Rico's owner would first ask him to bring in a familiar item, and on the second or third retrieval would ask him to bring the item with a novel name. He was able to complete this successfully 7 out of 10 times, which the scientists took as proof that he was able to use exclusion learning to pick up on new words. Exclusion learning happens when the meaning of new words can be inferred based upon a process of elimination. Since Rico knew what the other 7 objects were called, he could assume that the new word was referring to the new object. Not all scientists are convinced that Rico is proof that dogs can learn human language, however. Markman and Abelev published a paper in late 2004 responding to the aforementioned study on Rico. They argue that Rico may simply be good at monitoring his owner's communicative skills, and that his word learning may simply be associative rather than referential. That is to say, Rico may not be able to learn that words refer to more than just fetching the object, but also to the abstract concept of that object. Moreover, Markman and Abelev point out that Rico did not know exclusion learning on his own. He received positive reinforcement from his owner the first time he did it correctly. In this, it is hard to say if dogs actually have the skill of exclusion learning, or if Rico just picked up on it through positive reinforcement. Finally, Markman and Abelev explain that the original study did not account for something called baseline novelty, that is, the tendency for a new and exciting object to direct more attention than familiar ones. The inconclusivity of whether or not Rico was actually learning human language led to another experiment, this time with another border collie named Chaser. Through similar training to Rico, Chaser was able to learn the names of 1,022 distinct nouns. Once the words were learned, experimenters tested if Chaser's learning was referential by combining the nouns he learned with 3 different verbs: take, paw, and nose. In 100% of the trials, Chaser completed the verb-noun action correctly, indicating some level of referential learning. With the outcomes of the Rico and Chaser experiments in mind, it may seem as though Bunny is indeed learning human language and has a referential concept of what words are. However, there is one major obstacle getting in the way of convincing me of this, and that is the clever Hans effect. Named after a seemingly genius horse from the 20th century, the clever Hans effect refers to the ability of an animal to read minuscule communication signals from humans to do tasks. After being trained for 4 years by his mathematician owner, the horse, Hans, was able to not only complete basic arithmetic, but was also able to spell out words and phrases through a hoof tapping system. Ultimately, biologist and psychiatrist Oscar Funkst was able to disprove the knowledge of Hans. He proved that any question the person interacting with Hans did not know the answer to, Hans was unable to answer. Also, if the face of the interacting individual was covered, Hans was unable to answer the questions. This indicates that animals are able to feign a knowledge of human language through analyzing minuscule changes on an individual's face. This in itself is quite remarkable, but it seems to be sad news for the prospect of Bunny knowing human language. While it is certainly interesting to watch Bunny seem to have a conversation with her owner, the existence of the clever Hans effect leaves me very skeptical as to how much language this dog actually knows. Moreover, in numerous clips, the owner seems to be projecting meaning onto the buttons Bunny presses, leaving me doubting her language abilities even more. Take a look at this. Is this really Bunny having a conversation with human language? Or is this more so Bunny's owner trying to make sense of the words Bunny presses in some sort of logical way? Ultimately, we will have to wait to see when the next Chaser level genius dog pops up. Thank you.